Good morning or evening or afternoon whenever you're watching. Wow, I've done 28 of these spirit rants now and it's taken far longer than what I thought it would take, but that's fine because I have a 1-year-old and that totally goes in with the only thing I have, which is the beauty of emptiness. Maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I remember I just felt so exhausted and I was lying on my bed and I kept hearing the Cranberries song Empty, and then I listened to it and Holy Spirit started speaking to me about emptiness and the beauty of emptiness. Those of you who've been watching my spirit rants know that all I've got is dust, and so I've been giving God that. But then when you feel like the dust is just dust and you start to feel it as a human being, how fragile and empty you really feel, it's a strange sensation. And it came to my mind, though, the verse in Philippines where it says, and Jesus emptied himself, became human. Philippines 3:17. In some translations it says made himself nothing, but actually in the Greek it says emptied himself, like Christ, the Son of God, God himself, emptied himself and became flesh. And I think we are still needing to follow in the footsteps of our Creator. We actually, not only do we need to embrace and accept our emptiness, but we need to actually allow ourselves to feel that place of emptiness. I think we spend all our time running away from that. What can I do to escape this feeling inside of me that feels so desolate and lonely and frustrated? And so we have many projects and many things to entertain ourselves with, and we do so many things to escape the feeling of emptiness, and actually it's the place of blessing. It's the place where Holy Spirit comes and broods over us like she did in the beginning. The Spirit of God hovered over the void. Now when we have a void, it's the very place where God can pour himself in. Like, I really don't feel good even going through this process and understanding myself as a dusty vessel. But actually, in reality, I am but a dusty vessel where the glory of God comes and fills. There is a beauty, a strength, and a joy in learning and allowing ourselves to just be empty and actually okay with it. I think we know we're empty, but I do think we're not okay with it, and we are suddenly thinking that we should be something that we're not, when actually we were made from the dust. God remembers that we are formed from dust. He has compassion on us, Psalm 103. So my dusty friends, those of us who feel empty and desolate, then I'm repeating myself in these rants, but we are in the right place. It is the very opposite of the ways of the kingdoms of the society that we live in. In fact, it's the opposite in God's kingdom. When we make ourselves low, as we learn to empty ourselves, then we begin to actually enter into the joy of the kingdom, which is not about trying to build something and be something. It's about resting and giving God a resting place. As we empty ourselves, we give God a resting place, because we're not all filled up already. We're wanting to be filled. So I bless you all, and let's see what I'll do in the next 2 videos, and let's see where I'm going to go with all of these rants. And you know, people might start some new content on a different platform, so watch this space. And I also have a book that I've written, which is not published, but it's actually a teaching book. So if anyone would like to invest in that, not I don't mean financially, but do you know of a publisher or anyone from New Zealand or America or wherever you watch from? I would be most grateful for any networking support. So I'm just throwing it in there now. We need each other. It's no shame in saying what we're doing and allowing other people to join us on our journey. So hugs and love, and bye bye.